Welcome to this RenderCAD tutorial. I'm going to show you how to use the advanced settings within Render Studio. Go to Render Studio and input your image. In this example, we'll use a robot. This is a snip of a CAD model, and we'll be using the realistic engine mode, HD resolution, and exact style. Open up the advanced settings. This will give you 4 new options: condition, background, material, and details. These options, as well as the main options, are going to be applied to all images in your render stack. So let's choose a product condition. Auto will try to detect what your product already is like in the input image. In this case, we've got a CAD model, so there is no condition, it's just brand new. But I want to use something like gleaming. This will give it a nice shiny effect. You could also do things like micro scratched, distressed, rusted, cracked, on fire. This is the place to choose the product condition. So we'll choose gleaming for this example, and let's move on to background. There's a few different ways to choose your background or environment of the render. Auto will try to detect what your input image needs automatically, but usually you will want to manually select this unless your input image already has a background. You can choose from our library of standard backgrounds. You could upload your own reference, pick a color, or pick one of the preset colors. For this example, let's choose one from the library. And we'll change the category to Studio. And scroll down until we find one that we think will work well with this robot. Here's one that looks good. It's a pedestal with a gradient background. When you select this background, it's going to apply it to your tile. And if you had other tiles here lined up for renders, it would apply it to those too. Now let's select a material for this render. For the materials, we have Auto, which will try to detect what's already in the input image. Library allows you to select the primary material for this render from our library of materials. Upload will allow you to upload a primary material. Or Match, which will try to match a reference image that has lots of materials for a product to your input image. For this example, the robot has lots of different materials, and to get that looking ultra realistic, let's use a reference image that already has some advanced materials on it. So we'll choose Match. It's important to note that you should remove the background of your reference image and make sure it's roughly in the correct orientation of your final render. This way it doesn't confuse the AI with all the background materials or the direction of your product. And I have this reference image I found online that has this cool robot with lots of advanced textures and materials. So we have the condition, the background, and the material. We could add any additional details or instructions here. This master prompt is good for explaining additional lighting details or product details or even image markups that you've added to the input image for a reference that you want to be turned into something else, such as an object in the robot's hand, or if you were rendering a house or a building, you could draw little people everywhere and then tell it all the blue boxes are representing people. That's enough for the advanced settings. Let's go ahead and render. The render's done. Let's check it out. That looks pretty good. Let's toggle the before and after and see how it did. So there's the before, and there's the after. It kept most of the details intact, and I'd say that looks like a pretty good product render.